All right, we're back with another video about RiRi's. As you can see, she's getting ready to say hi. She actually said it too. But we're gonna start off by taking her hair down. She's had those braids in for about 7 days or so, but it's time to take them down. They're looking a little rough. I'm actually happy that they stayed up for 7 days. As you can see, I'm peeking. You see my little bonnet? Yeah, that's me. I'm trying to angle the camera just the right way. Bear with me, I'm still new, so yeah. But we're gonna take her hair down. I did not wash it or pre-poo or anything like that. I'm trying something a little new by not washing her hair all the time and stripping it and re-putting moisture back in. I'm just gonna see how her hair reacts without washing it for a while and just using water with a little bit of conditioner and doing her hair that way. But we're just gonna take her hair down and and redo the braids all over again, so you guys can see how I do that. Starting with the back braids, her hair is a little bit shorter in the back versus the front. So we're going to be using the Curly Q's Moisture Mist by the kids and the Curly Q's Curling Custard from the Curls line. And then of course her mixture of oils, which is the same one as mine, she just has her own jar, is coconut oil, black castor oil, and a little bit of mint almond oil to seal in all the moisture in her hair and to give her that shine. So as you can see, her hair is just looking a little rough. Edges and everything is out, and I'm going to try to keep the same parts as I already have right there and just work in those 4 sections. So I'm going to spray her hair with a little bit of water and leave-in conditioner in the spray bottle that I have, spray on the mist, and just start detangling from there. And just do small sections, start from the bottom to the top. RiRi's hates the spray bottle. I don't know why or what happened, but you can't spray it to where it gets on her face or anything. She starts to freak out a little bit. But I'm just spraying her hair, trying to add in the moisture into it, and then I'm going to detangle starting from the bottom to the top, not to yank her hair or anything like that and cause split ends. So I already detangled all over her hair, and I'm going to start the first back braid. I do have a pillow down so that way it's not too rough on her neck. I'm just adding a little bit of the Curly Q's Custard to her hair because it already has the leave-in conditioner and the oil. Now I'm just adding in the curling custard. So I'm just taking 3 strands to start her hair and then just braiding onto the scalp. I always start with 3 strands and just braid onto the scalp. It's kind of hard to explain, but I mean, I taught myself just on my head. I'm not the best braider, so don't shade me. It is what it is. And braiding a 2-year-old's head is not as easy as it looks. Okay, this took a minute, but I'm just braiding onto her scalp, going all the way up, and then when I get to the top, I start on my next braid. Now, you don't want to braid too tight onto the scalp because you'll create those little tight bumps along the back. So you don't want to braid too tight. And I try not to braid too tight to where it causes that, but tight enough to where they at least can last a couple of days. My child is rough. She's like a little mini tomboy at the age of 2. And none of her styles stay. So I'm seeing that braids for her work, to where when she rough houses with her dad, they stay in place somewhat. And she does wear her scarf at night. Like, that is key for me. She has her own little bonnet scarf. But now I'm working on the second back braid and just go from there. So I finished all the other 3 sections. I'm working on the very last braid of her hair. As you can see, 1 braid is already done in that section. I'm leaving out her edges because those do not get braided in. She is not going to have her edges broken off. It's not going to happen. But I'm just taking 3 strands, starting with that, and then braiding onto the scalp and just work my way back. I'm sorry that her hair is not in frame, but I did the best that I can do with trying not to be all up in the camera. But I did mess up with that braid, so I'm just gonna start over. I don't know what happened, but it wasn't gonna look right. So I just started the braid over and just started braiding again. All right, so I'm reworking on the last braid because, well, I messed it up, and I'm just gonna restart over. So I'm taking 3 strands at the top of her head and taking them and braiding down onto her scalp. So as I take one section, I lift and take some more hair and just keep braiding back onto her scalp. It's kind of hard for me to explain it. I'm gonna come up with a better explanation, but just bear with me right now. It's a kid video. So I'm just braiding onto her scalp. I do apologize that her head is not in frame, or I didn't zoom in for you to see exactly what I did. But I'm just braiding all the way into the end, so there's just loose hair, and then I just keep braiding. Once I get towards the end of the hair, I will coil it a little bit, put those 4 sections into 2 sections, so there'll be 4 braids in one section and 4 braids in the other, and she'll just have 2 pigtails on this side. Now hopefully this style will last a couple of days. With my child, since she's a little rough rider, it will last maybe a week, but I guarantee you it won't this time, because as soon as I was done with this video and recording, she messed up her hair, and it got worse when her daddy came home and they started playing around. So I give up sometimes, but I'm just gonna take those 4 braids, put those in a ponytail with rubber band, and do the same to the other side. I'm not gonna do it too tight because I don't, of course, want to create those little tight bumps along her head. I just want to keep it in a low manipulation style, nothing too fancy, nothing too difficult. She is a babe, she's a kid. She doesn't need those difficult styles just yet. And plus, I'm still learning her hair and figuring out what works best and what doesn't work best. But I'm going to take a little baby brush down her edges. Any hair that's caught in the braid that's part of her edges, I will use that comb right there and just pluck it out and then brush it down, because I don't want any hair that's a part of her edges inside the braid and just continue to pull and then it breaks off. Sorry for my elbow in the way, like it covers up her whole head, good lord. But I do that to both sides, brush it down with the baby brush, and that is it. I don't do anything else, nothing more, nothing less. And that's it, guys. If you have any questions, please let me know. Sorry, I'm still trying to figure it out. It's a new camera. You'll see me poking my head in there just to make sure that she's in frame. Oh, there we go again. Yep, I'm a little just getting used to it. But she has to she has to contribute to the job of doing her hair. She's gonna pick up her brush here in a minute. But that's it, guys. See you next time.